बट मैं तो सीधा कार च आ गई थे।
हाँ जी मैं वो तो आएंगी बैठा।
रिचर कितना गई रिचर? और लास्ट कुछ भी देखिएगा। आप ले
करो करो।
डॉक्यूमेंट सीधा पकड़ाओ तो बैंड।
हाँ मैं म्यूट कर देना है कि मेरा माइक तो नहीं तंग कर रहा।
फिलहाल तो नहीं कर रहे, करते तू भी मैं भी कर देना। तू ना वेल रुक जा, मैं प्ले करदा, रुक जरा मैं प्ले करके माउस बंद करना। मैं जरा अपनी पोजीशन बनाना जरा। ओ यार कीड़ियां लड़ी जा रही हैं, पता नहीं मच्छर लड़न दे है, समझ नहीं आती। हाँ बट ला दें।
ला दे ला दे ला दे।
Being straight with you. Hell, no wonder Sharon left you. You keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
No, enough. Reacher, you crossed a line thinly. Let it rest. This man just lost his brother.
One question, I want the truth. What are you doing here in Margrave? Blind Blake! You're messing with the wrong man, I'll tell you that right now. I swear I'm gonna find any reason I can to lock you up again. Oh, you won't even get the cuffs.
Okay, this isn't gonna happen. Reacher, sit in the back. Hey, I know you're not the kind of guy to beat up on somebody half your size without good reason.
He's giving me a reason.
Yeah? Well, I know people. And you've got kind eyes. Do what I say, Reacher. Please. You okay, Reacher?
Just thinking maybe my brother told me about Blind Blake for a reason. Thinking about him lying in that morgue. Thinking I'm supposed to do something about it. Like what? I guess I'll find everybody responsible. And kill every last one of them.
ओए बाटो सारी बंद ही हो गई एकदम। आया इधर विच नवी कर दी शुरू।
कहाँ जा रहे हो? रीचर, रीचर, वापस आओ।
उसे अकेला छोड़ देना चाहिए।
मैं नहीं चाहता।
250 pounds of frontier justice tearing up this town. Follow him, make sure he doesn't ruin our case.
Why me?
Outside the morgue, he actually listened to you.
And what if he doesn't now?
Shoot him. don't need a babysitter, and I don't need you screwing up my investigation.
Okay, first, this is not your investigation. Second, babysitting some giant vagrant's hardly my dream assignment. I could be out there looking for who killed your brother. So stand down and let me do my job because I'm very good at it.
If you were very good at it, you wouldn't have been trying to follow a man on foot in a police car.
I figure your plan's to go to Hubble's house and dig your thumb into his eye until he tells you why he confessed to a murder he didn't commit.
Something like that.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be there to make sure that doesn't happen. Now I can either follow you the whole way, or you can save the shoe leather and get in the damn car.
For the record, I'm not a vagrant. I'm a hobo.
Whatever.
Officer Conklin, Mr. Reacher, please, come in. I'm so sorry. Paul won't be back till late, but at least now I get a chance to thank you, Mr. Reacher.
It's just Reacher.
Well, Reacher, my husband told me that you looked out for him in that awful prison. Please, have a seat.
Do you know where Paul is?
No, not specifically. He's dealing with that embezzlement mess. Thank God he was cleared of all that. Can you imagine? Paul, criminal? Man's never so much as jaywalked.
No. My brother was murdered.
Dear God, I don't know what to say. That the man they found by the highway?
He was. And he had your husband's telephone number on him.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. Why?
Well, that's what we're here to find out. Why my dead brother had your live husband's number on him.
Well, I have no idea.
Mama?
Is it 8:30 already? I'm sorry, but I've got to get these two to bed. Girls, say hi to Officer Conklin and Mr. Reacher.
Hello, Mr. Conklin. Hello, Mr. Conklin.
It's just Reacher.
Well, this is Lucy and Tally. Have you all brushed your teeth?
Yes.
All right, then get on. I'll be up in a minute.
Tally's growing like a weed.
Yeah, I know. She's the one with the glasses. Can you believe she's a year younger than Lucy?
May I use your restroom?
Yeah, of course. Through the kitchen down the hall to the left.
अरे बल्लू भाई भाई सुना है अमित नोटों में खेल रहा है आजकल नई गाड़ी में गॉगल्स लगा के घूमता है भाई अपना।
हाँ पता है। अरे वो क्या मैं भी नोट कमा रहा हूँ तू भी कमा। पैरी मैच के बारे में नहीं सुना क्या?
पैरी मैच?
हाँ PariMatch.com पर जा अपने मनपसंद कैसीनो गेम्स खेल और खूब पैसे कमा।
तो आज ही PariMatch.com पर रजिस्टर करो। खेलो एक से एक जबरदस्त कैसीनो गेम्स जैसे अंदर बाहर, तीन पत्ती, ब्लैक जैक एंड रूले और जीतो ह्यूज कैश प्राइजेस। अभी साइन अप करने पर मिलेगा फ्री बोनस। PariMatch.com।
Something like this happens.
We've taken up enough of your time. Have a nice evening, Roscoe.
Oh, well, guess we're going. Sorry about that.
No.
Have a good evening. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you.
Yes. Good night.
That was an exit.
Two things. One, she said Tally is the one in the glasses. Glasses is the main difference between the girls. Everything else was a matter of degree. Taller, shorter. Glasses was absolute. One wears them, one doesn't.
And?
Right before I was attacked in prison, a guy pointed at me and said to him, I'd taken a guy's glasses.
Why?
Because he wasn't a nice man. I still had him on when these cons came at me. Their instructions were clearly to find the new boys and take out the one in glasses. Hubble's had been smashed. He was a target, not me. Hubble's on the run or they've already got him.
Okay. You said there were two things.
Some kind of seed. I Why would a banker have him on his dress shoes?
You went in his closet.
No, mudroom.
It's an agrimony burr. They grow on tall grass all around here. We call them hitchhikers because they stick on you and they go for a ride.
They grow where my brother was killed.
This is Kogon grass out on my uncle's farm. It doesn't produce burrs.
Okay. Still some reason they were on his laces. They'll pick up hitchhikers in bank hallways. I told Finley the shooter was someone who knew firearms well, but it was more than that. Killer was a skilled marksman.
What makes you think that?
Second victim was sprinting away in the dark. Gun had a silencer on it, which makes even close range work inaccurate, but he got a kill shot. Printer Joe's. Size 13. See the divot? Heard someone coming up behind him try to turn. Took two in the head before he could do anything about it. Shooter came through here. Waiting for Joe. Knew he was coming. Two days ago, moon would have been about 26 degrees further west. This area would have been darker. This is where he hid. He enjoyed it. Sniper shot from the tree line would have done the job with less risk. Shooter wanted to be close.
Maybe it was personal.
Someone takes your life, it's always personal.
Tell me about Joe. Were you guys tight? Did he have a family? What do you do for a living?
Small talk to see if I say something to help your investigation.
I'm being nice to a guy who just lost his brother, but, you know, now that you brought it up, you might as well answer my questions.
In order, when we were kids, no family. Last time we spoke, he was working in Homeland Security.
That's interesting. You think that this might have been connected to his job? Homeland's a big umbrella. Terrorism, drugs, guns, border crimes. What department was your brother in?
Don't know. We hadn't spoken in a while.
What?
Time passed.
Where are you going?
Find a motel.
I'll give you a ride.
Don't want one.
Hey, mister, why don't you come here? We want to talk to you.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. Hey, come here. We just want to talk to you. Heard you got arrested for murder. What kind of bullshit you bring into our town?
There's 2 Sixers worth of empties around your car. You've been waiting a while. And since this isn't the most exciting spot in town, I gotta assume you've been waiting for me. Let me guess. Rich guy in a fancy pickup put a 50 in each of your pockets to take care of me?
100?
All right. Well, this is the wrong day to ask me to humor your bullshit.
Hey! We're talking to you, man.
Oh, Graham, you idiot.
You're about to get your ass kicked.
No. I'm just gonna break the hands of 3 drunk kids.
There's 4 of us here.
One of you's gotta drive to the hospital.
Ooh. I know where the hospital is.
What the hell just rolled into Margaret?
Okay. Good boy.
Hey. Hey, can I help you?
Nope. Just giving your dog some water.
Oh, I must have knocked the bowl over because I gave him water this morning.
Oh, you didn't?
Bowl was bone dry. You calling me a liar?
Yes.
I suggest you leave my property.
Good boy.
What are you doing here?
Wanted to check in. See if there's any official progress on Joe's case before I head back out to Hubble's.
I can't talk right now. There's been another murder. Police Chief Morrison.
For the record, I didn't do it.
I know.
Did you stake me out all night? Last night you wanted to go everywhere with me.
Captain, what did they do to the chief? Baker won't talk about it.
Just keep the looky-loos away, right?
Yes, sir.
What is he doing here?
You told me keep an eye on him. I keep an eye on him. Look, there he is.
Crime scene's worse than anything I ever saw in Boston. And I saw things in Boston. Was he nailed to a wall? How did you know that? Hey.
बस एक मिनट रुकी जरा मैं खाना डाला
6 spikes, 2 of which were driven between the ulna and the radius near the wrist. Jesus Christ. Or laceration to the left cheek.
Prince?
I asked the question the simplest one. How'd you know about the nails? Even a Margrave word doesn't travel that fast.
They wore rubber overshoes and gloves. Latex. Like whoever killed my brother.
What makes you say that?
3 people killed my brother. At least 4 to do that to a guy Morrison's size.
Holy shit, his fucking balls are gone!
Keep it professional, Jasper. Cursing is a sign of a weak mind and a weaker character.
Sorry, I'm just not used to this. You don't see this kind of thing every day. Pardon my French, but where the heck are his testicles?
In his stomach. You'll find him during the autopsy.
Okay, Reacher, outside. No more games. How do you know what you know?
The people Hubble worked for said they'd nail him to a wall and cut his balls off if he caused problems.
You said Hubble didn't tell you anything in jail.
I lied. My brother didn't trust Margrave cops enough to tell you he was tracking something down here. Why should I?
Ever think your brother didn't reach out to the cops because he couldn't reach out to the cops? Maybe he was dirty.
Think real hard before you finish that sentence. It'll determine how well your jaw works the rest of your life. Joe was clean, unlike that modern art piece hanging inside.
So you're saying that Morrison was working with the same killers Hubble was mixed up with?
That, or we just saw a big fat coincidence nailed to the wall. What I want to know is who else in Margrave PD's in on it. Stevenson seemed suspicious, and Baker wouldn't go into the bathroom with me at the station house. A bathroom with a window in it. I was a murder suspect.
Baker wasn't concerned because he knew you didn't do it, which means he knows who did.
Want to tell me who else on my team is crooked?
Sure. Roscoe checks out because she dug in to get me out of prison. But you're hiding something. Tell me, why does a black cop from Boston with a 20-year pension come work in a southern backwater town in the middle of nowhere? You next in line for Morrison's job?
For your information, Mayor Teal didn't promote Finley. He just appointed himself acting chief.
Since when?
This morning. Came here to tell you.
Whoever's running this had Morrison under his thumb. No one sits in the chief's chair unless they're under it too. They skipped you to get to Teal. So I guess that means he's dirty and you're okay.
Nothing means more to me than your vote of confidence. But you're probably right. At least we know who we can trust. I'm gonna call my buddy at the FBI.
Teal's first order was no stadies, no feds. He wants us kept in house.
Outside investigators will send whoever did this into hiding. We'll let them think they've got it under control for now.
There's no we here.
The Morrisons were killed for a mistake. Not pinning the murder on me, Hubble walking out of prison alive. But the way they were killed sent a message to their organization. Don't screw up and don't cross us. You two think you can go it alone? You can't go it alone. There's only we here. You don't see that? I'll find whoever killed Joe on my own.
Great. Teal's called an emergency town meeting.
Careful around him.
Came down south for peace and quiet. Now I've caught 4 bodies.
5. Hubble, probably. They do this to a cop who went out of banker.
Let's go.
On my way there now.
I thought you might have been paused while I left the gate open.
You never came home?
He called late last night. Said that he had to speak to some people about sorting out this bank madness, and when I woke, I realized he'd never come home. His phone goes to voicemail. Listen, I have been with Paul since freshman year UGA. He has never once not come home.
All right, just a minute. I'll stay here since I'm armed. You go find Finley. You'll know what to do if somebody needs some kind of protection.
I need your car. You see anyone under 6'5" come near this house? Shoot him.
Finley's 5'8".
Yep.
Are you taking that knife?
You want to give me your gun? That's what I thought.
We will find the person or persons responsible for these crimes, and we will punish them to the fullest extent of the law.
If they're killing cops in their own homes, then what chance do any of us got?
A damn good chance, because as of today, per the powers given to me by the town charter, I have appointed myself chief of police, and I will not sleep until we have the perpetrators behind bars and on their way to getting the needle.
But what the hell do you know about law enforcement? We need us a real police chief and a real chief detective, too.
I think he's talking about you.
All due respect, but what does some Yankee cop know about Margaret? We ain't seen a murder in 20 years, and now there's four in 2 days.
Do we have a serial killer in Margrave or not?
These killings are not related.
Oh, what about that animal you rested out on the diner?
I think she's talking about you.
He comes to town and people just start dying. Y'all had him in jail. Why'd you let him go?
Everyone, please, calm down. Sit down. I know you were all scared, but Mr. Reacher has a rock-solid alibi. And for those of you who don't know, one of the victims was Mr. Reacher's brother, Joseph. So he has as much invested in finding these murderers as any one of us here. You know, when I moved Kleiner Industries to this town 5 years ago, Margrave was run down, broken. Main Street boarded up, right? But I said to myself, these are the kind of people who can bounce back, right? Who can survive anything. I have faith in our police force. I have faith in Chief Detective Finley. I have faith in our new Chief of Police, Mayor Teal. And I promise I will provide whatever funds, whatever resources to find whomever is responsible for these heinous acts. You have my word.
Mayor Teal. How are you?
Chief Teal now, Captain.
Of course, my mistake. I just want to let you know that I'm going to start cross-referencing forensics from both murder sites to establish pattern.
Pattern? What the hell has Morrison and his wife got to do with an out-of-towner and some fella he was probably diddling under an overpass?
That's what I want to find out.
These killings are not related. Over the course of his career, Morrison took countless criminals out of circulation, combed the archives, tracked down the biggest scumbags he ever arrested, who've since been released or paroled, pardoned, everything in between. That's how you're going to find his killer. Those are your orders. You copy, Captain?
And the body is by the highway.
A police officer was crucified! I think that takes priority. Or did they do things differently up there in Massachusetts?
Copy that. He was trying to frame the Morrison hit as a revenge killing. Just set me off to chase my tail.
Told you he's dirty.
I'm prone to agree, but incompetence can look like malevolence, and it's a whole lot more common.
You know who's not incompetent? Kleiner.
You're one of those conspiracy nuts.
Guys with the kind of money and power Kleiner wields are rarely angels. We need to look into him.
You want this town to hate you more than it already does? This starts in Kleiner, and I'm not going to be able to look into anyone except the losers in Morrison's old case files.
Now that's what you'll pretend to do. Roscoe, too. Give us cover while we work the real angle. Like Joe's rental car. Must have had one, but no one's left at the murder scene.
You're handing out assignments now.
Yes. And the next one has to do with Hubble's wife and kids. They need protection, even if Hubble's already dead. These guys get antsy, think Charlie has even a 1% chance of knowing anything.
I get it. FBI buddy, I wanted to reach out to earlier. Name's Picard, line the field office. I'll call you when it's set up.
I don't have a phone.
Get one.
Can we trust Picard?
Known him for years. Gave me the best advice I ever got. Don't take the Margrave job.
Mr. Reacher, I'd like to offer my apologies for your arrest. My condolences for your brother. Tragedy when a person is struck down in his prime like that. But my hand to God, we'll find the killer. We'll be happy to keep you updated on the investigation. Just leave your contact information with the department before you head out.
I'm not leaving.
Oh. Was my understanding you were just passing through?
You understood wrong. I figured I'd stick around a while. Margrave's such a nice town.
Used to be. Not so much lately. Heard about your brother. May the Lord bless him and keep him in a plastic container. You looking for payback?
Payback, justice, vengeance. Looking for the whole gang.
You might not be the only one.
Meaning?
Meaning, you wouldn't happen to have a couple of Spanish-speaking amigos in town, would you?
No.
Makes sense. Well, the two fellas come by my shop asking about you. Didn't seem all that friendly. Watch your back, Mr. Rachel.
How to make a deposit on Parry Match. Here's how you can make a subscribe. Press the bell.
Things are happening.
It's an update from the channel.
Are you worried about me, Mr. Mosey?
Worried about my bottom line. You might need another shave before you leave town.
Very true.
My husband trusted Rachel. Is he a good person?
I think so. We don't really have the luxury of certainty right now, but bad things are happening. And Reacher can help us.
Back.
We're in here.
Get some food together. Pack your bags for the kids.
Where are we going?
Got a call from Finley. FBI agent named Picard is on his way. He's taking you in protective custody. I bought a burner. There's a number.
I feel safer if we stay with the two of you. You go work the case.
Picard will keep you safe. That's what your husband would have wanted.
Why are you talking about him in the past tense?
We have to assume Paul's dead. They tried to kill him in prison. They killed Morrison and his wife. Your husband's gone missing, so they most likely killed him too. There'll be time to grieve later. You have to think about your kids.
We need to pack. Okay?
Okay.
I'll go wait for Picard.
Billy, get it! Okay. Mr. Predictor, should Billy keep dancing? All signs indicate yes.
You boys looking for a dance partner?
You think you can take all of us?
Let's find out.
Let's go inside. Go, 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 go.
अगली बॉल पे छक्का लगा ना तो पार्टी मेरी तरफ से।
अबे विकेट है बेटे, आउट हुआ ना तो पार्टी मेरी तरफ से। इन दोनों का तो पता नहीं, पर अब पार्टी हर बॉल पर होगी पैरी मैच की तरफ से।
पैरी मैच?
और क्या, ParryMatch.com पर जाओ, अपने फेवरेट स्पोर्ट्स जैसे क्रिकेट और फुटबॉल पर बेट करो और जीतो बिग कैश प्राइजेस। तो हुई ना पार्टी पैरी मैच की तरफ से। अभी साइन अप करने पर मिलेगा फ्री बोनस। ParryMatch.com।
We're on the move. It's not safe anymore. Let's go.
I'm not ready.
Let's go now.
Girls! Lucy, come get your backpack.
Hey, easy. Picard. Mind putting the cannon down?
actual protection program would take time and red tape. Finley said he can't get the FBI officially involved yet, so I'm going to take a few personal days, watch the family myself. Bottom line, do not let this bite me in the ass. We are talking about my career here. Finley and I are tight. We ain't that tight.
I won't let you get burned.
Better not. I told him not to take this job.
Now we get to work.
I'm gonna make some calls. Find out what Joe is doing with Homeland.
You're gonna have to do it on the side. Gil's got everyone on a snipe hunt. Finley will fill you in.
Okay, what about you?
I'm gonna go see that guard Spivey at Warburg. Whoever paid him to set up Hubble to be killed is who's running this thing. Spivey's the key.
He won't tell you anything.
Depends on how I ask. Tanner Spivey, Chief Detective Finley, Margrave PD, calling on account of Jack Reacher. Yeah, well, he's pissed. Says he got tuned up pretty good while under your roof and now he's suing. Well, he was your prisoner and I'm not losing my job over this. Is there somewhere we can meet up? Get our story straight before lawyers start sniffing around? Okay. See you there, jackass. Hey, Spivey.
Look who it is. You know, I never met Detective Finley. But I heard all about him. And you sure as hell don't sound like a black man from Boston on the phone. Figured you set me up, so I thought I'd return the favor. You should have let those boys kill you in the prison. It would have been a lot less painful. Adios.
Let's go. No. It's too small. It'll be uncomfortable.
Not as uncomfortable as with the stomach and the...
Well, a smart move would be to shoot me right here, but you haven't done that yet. Maybe you don't want to draw attention firing outside a crowded bar. Or maybe you have orders to take me to your boss so we can find out how much I know. Whatever it is, it means that when I make my move, you're gonna hesitate. And you guys know what Cato said about hesitation, right? He who hesitates...
Puta, I'm gonna cut you.
Stop where you are! Mike 7, I need backup to the Blue Cat. Foot pursuit of one suspect, second and large.
All right, yep. Thank you. Bye now. Both Avis and Hertz confirmed no unaccounted for rental cars in the entire state.
How many more are we waiting on answers from? 6?
The Atlanta airport alone.
It didn't go as planned.
Well, this one's special. You need stitches.
No, I don't.
Fun. Super glue it is.
Just got off the phone with the Georgia State Police. No suspects from the Blue Cat brawl were apprehended.
Would have been nice to question them.
Maybe next time don't pull something like this by yourself. I said you could work with us.
It's not my fault Spivey didn't buy it. I shoved the pole as far up my ass as I could. I still couldn't sound like you.
You've been here a couple of days and you've already thrown down in Warburton, beaten up some locals, and fought a couple of goons in a parking
They weren't goons. Probably military or ex-military. South American.
How could you know that?
Because if they weren't, I would have killed them within 10 seconds.
How'd you know they were South American military?
Spoke Spanish, had Glock 17s, and the technique one guy used to headbutt me was from a martial art called Ricey. Hardly anyone uses except branches of South American Special Forces. Plus, if they weren't, I would have killed them within 10 seconds.
Why would South American military be involved in this?
Don't know. You ever seen anyone like that around Margrave?
Not until you showed up.
Then they're hired muscle, not running the show.
You're all set.
I have no idea what the hell's going on around here.
Well, I might if you're done talking about spy being South American military. Turns out Joe was working for the Secret Services Division of Homeland.
Doing what?
No one could or would give me any answers, but...
Secret Service covers everything from mail fraud to protecting the president to child exploitation. Your brother could have been involved in almost anything.
Counterfeiting? Hubble specializes in currency management.
It may be, but money's at the root of every crime there is. Drugs, guns, human trafficking, all rotates around cash.
Well, I left a voicemail with the Office of Investigations. Figured people usually get hurt when they're looking into something others don't want them to. Seems maybe Joe was an investigator like you.
Good logic. Thanks, Doc.
Where do you think you're going?
Homeland Security won't call back till tomorrow, and by now Spivey's heard things have gone sideways at the bar. Since his boss's feet screw up their own testicles, my guess is he's gotten out of Dodge for a while. I'm gonna find his house and search it.
Prison guard's home address won't be public, and county offices won't be open till morning. I'll chase it down then and handle it myself. You, I'll get some rest.
I'm getting a beer.
Absolutely not. You saw those people at town hall. They were ready to grab torches and come after you like Frankenstein.
Frankenstein was the doctor. They went after Frankenstein's monster. Details matter.
You're going back to your motel.
I'm just gonna sit in a bar, have a beer, and think all this through.
And then someone would say something we don't like and you'll break their head open. Again. Not gonna happen. Now you can go to your motel right now and sleep in a comfortable bed, or I can arrest you for vagrancy and you can sleep in my holding cell.
He's not a vagrant. He's a hobo.
What? Just tell him. Make sure he goes straight back to the motel.
Hey, I get it. In the past few days, you lost one brother and had 4 fights. If anybody needs a drink, it's you. There's a roadhouse just across the border in Alabama. Nobody knows you there. Cold beer, hot music. You gotta behave. Maybe they'll even play that blues stuff you like.
Okay.
Follow me to my place. I gotta change into something less law enforcement. We gotta stop by a gas station and get you a t-shirt with a little less blood on it.
You're listening to WGUT Blues City, Riding the Gut. Here's Police Dog Blues by Cephas and Wiggins, originally recorded by the late great Blind Blake.
Hey, isn't that your guy, Blake?
All my life I've been a traveling man, staying alone and doing the best I can.
Thanks.
It's not a twist off. Show off. Feeling any better?
Not feeling worse.
Lots of stuff.
don't need your jacket. Move your ass, big guy.
Should have taken my jacket.
I'm a big girl.
Oh, look at this.
Hey, take a beat, champ. We're far from Margrave.
Not far enough. I say go, you duck.
What's going on? Road east to the highway's flooded. No one's getting through tonight.
Is there a motel near here? Sorry I didn't have anything in my truck your son's. I sworn I had a paint card for circus tent.
Fine. I got a sampling from the vending machine.
You always eat this well?
I was hungry. Didn't think room service would deliver this late. Oh, yeah.
Going straight for the quark bar.
Clark bars are the best. Had these at every PX on every base I ever lived at when I was a kid. No matter where we were at the time, Joe and I could always find a Clark bar. You want half?
No. Prefer Zagnut.
No one prefers eggnog.
Excuse me?
What are you eating right now? Read me the flavor.
Spi-
Read it out loud.
Spicy Cajun crottators?
There you go. I'll take a Clark bar.
You okay down there?
Slept in worse places.
Been all over, huh? Really left my grave. Never really wanted to. My family's been here since the town was founded.
Like the Teals.
Fuck the Teals. Conklin's built this town, Teal stole it. Old Casper Teal got in bed with the railroads, swindled farmers out of their land, and laid tracks right through their crops.
You still have family in Margrave?
My parents died when I was a kid, but I had Gray.
Gray?
I had Finley's job for Finley. He was my parents' best friend. Always looked out for me, kind of like a second dad. Taught me everything I know about being a cop. How to work a case, keep your notes and files organized. He was the most fastidious person I had ever met. I mean, the man only had a horseshoe of hair, and he still had mostly trim it for me once a week. But he had a dark side, too. He was depressed a lot. Never married, no kids, drank. Hung himself from the rafters in his garage about a year ago.
Sorry.
Always give me a taste till my birthday. Daisies are my favorite. What about you?
Snapdragons. Cool name, hard to kill.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like somebody I know. No, that wasn't what I was asking you. I was wondering if you had any family I didn't know about.
No. It's basically down to Joe. I hadn't walked in that bar a few days ago, heard that Blind Blake song, probably would have been years before I found out he was dead.
Well, in spite of the circumstances. It's been nice getting to know you.
Nice getting to know you too. Good night, Roscoe.
You know, before we get into it, I could use a real breakfast. Stagnant ain't cutting it.
Should have had the Clark bar.
Yeah.
All clear.
Clear. When they came in, they tracked through the flower bed.
Rubber overshoes.
You're gonna kill me?
Could have been here for me. My car was parked out front.
Looks like they plan on coming back.
I'm really gonna need a gun.
How to place online bets on your favorite team on never miss an update from the channel.
पता है तुम डरी हुई हो पर जब किसी को मारने की कोशिश की जाए
पता है मुझे FBI और CIA में intelligence. Scored a 99th percentile in IQ, but only an 80% on the psych eval. You want to know why, you condescending asshole?
Interpersonal skills?
I lack the ability to tolerate horse shit. And this is horse shit. You think I'm some poor, scared little girl? I'm not scared, I am pissed. They came into my house that I fixed up with my money in the town that my family founded because they think they are untouchable. You want a gun? Fine by me.
Greg gave this to me a couple years ago. Wanted to keep it in the family, and that was the only family he had.
Not what you call a subtle weapon.
People around here know I have this thing. Use it wrong and it gets back to me. It's not anything wrong.
I won't let anything happen to it. Your house isn't safe anymore. Pack your bags. Finley?
ID on the body that was found with Joe. We gotta get to the morgue.
careful with that thing.
Never trust a weapon you haven't personally test fired.
You two were already working the case, first thing in the morning?
We were just getting back into town.
From where?
Alabama. Bar closed late, storm flooded the road.
You took him out drinking? Isn't that the exact opposite of what I told you to do?
Good thing I did. Whoever killed the Morrisons came after us last night. Broke into my house, crept a threat into my door. Who knows what they would have done if I'd been there alone.
Can you ask?
I'm fine. Let's just see what Jasper has for us.
It's okay. I had my eye on her.
Here you go. Here you go. Sorry, I didn't know you were coming. Once Prince came back, we got a full run on the man. Victim's name is Pete Joplin, trucker for South Freight Shipping, which makes sense because the test results I got back showed a little too much hydrogen sulfide in his blood gases and tissue. Spent his whole life on the road, sniffing other people's catalytic converters.
43, married, resides in Atlanta.
Record's clean except for a 2018 arrest for a Jacksonville traffic violation that turned into a disorderly conduct. Defended by Zacharias Perez, LLP. No conviction.
Zacharias Perez, here he is. Oh, looks fancy.
Not the kind of firm that defends truck drivers.
Thanks, Jasper. Hopefully we don't need to see you again anytime soon.
It's a DC number.
Secret Service.
Hello?
Officer Conklin, this is Molly Beth Gordon, Specialized Administrative Officer with the Secret Service. I got your message regarding Joe Reacher. I work with him.
Hi, Molly Beth.
Joe. Oh, thank God. Why haven't you returned my calls? I was worried.
Miss Gordon, this is Jack Reacher. Joe's brother. Joe's dead.
No. No, you're wrong.
I'm not.
How?
He was murdered. We think his death may be related to his work. Do you know what Joe was doing in Margrave, Georgia?
I don't know. He was running a classified investigation. I just don't know the details. God.
I know it's not the best time to answer questions. We really need your help. What position did Joe hold in the Secret Service?
He was the director. He was the director of the Office of Investigations. You didn't know that?
No. We hadn't spoken in a while. Was anyone working under him?
No. No, he assigned his current case to himself. Nobody knew about it.
You did.
We were close.
Molly Beth, this is Officer Conklin. I'm sorry, we're almost done, I promise. Was there a specific division of OI that Joe was heading up?
Yeah, he ran our anti-counterfeiting department.
Agent Gordon, Captain Finley, Chief Detective Margrave PD. Had there been reports of counterfeiting in the Margrave area?
I really don't feel like. Can we just talk about this another time, please?
I know it's hard, and I hate doing this considering what we just told you, but you're our only lead on a case it appears Joe died for.
Okay. Joe told me that he put a stop to all domestic counterfeiting a while ago. He put all these procedures in place and made it basically impossible to make anything here without getting caught. He was chasing international stuff.
Like South America?
I don't know. I can try to get his files for you.
Thank you. The hard copies only. Don't want a digital trail.
Why?
Seems whatever Joe was into, people were killed over it. We don't want anything leading back to you. We need to keep this quiet.
Shouldn't I tell his superiors?
Absolutely not.
We can't trust the Secret Service.
Joe kept this top secret for a reason. I believe in my brother's instincts. Do you?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we tell no one until we have a better understanding of what we're dealing with.
Okay, it'll take me a day or so to copy it all.
That's okay.
You sound just like him.
Talk soon.
Your counterfeiting guess was right, Reacher. My bet was guns or sex trafficking.
Well, like you said, everything comes down to cash. Counterfeiters just cut out the middleman.
But multiple murders over monopoly money.
People kill over $20 in a wallet. Imagine what they do to protect a limitless supply.
You don't have to imagine we've been to the Morrison's house.
No way it's a coincidence Hubble was the currency manager for Access Financial's Atlanta branch.
Okay, so we check out where he worked.
I go there midday flashing the badge, people clam up and lawyer up. I'll track down some of the suits after hours. But right now, I need you back in uniform and at the station house. Pretend to look for the ex-cons who killed the Morrisons.
I'm sorry, what?
Teal doesn't know we suspect him, so we play his game for now. I tell him you find your house broken into and you're determined to find out who's responsible.
So I get to watch Teal waving his cane like a scepter playing boss? What do you get to do?
I'm gonna pay a visit to that jail guard Spivey. Got his address this morning, next county over.
I'll come.
Because it went so well the last time. No, you're gonna go see Zacharias Perez, LLP. See what you can find out about Jopling's arrest.
An assignment? I thought I was not by employment, appearance, or lifestyle choice a cop anymore.
That shows you how desperate I am. So be smart, don't break the law, and promise me you won't end up in another holding cell.
No.
Can't wait till this is over and that guy's out of town.
Officer Conklin. Keeping banker's hours?
It's the morgue. Give me intel on the second highway victim.
I made my directive clear. Those bodies take a back seat to those of our departed colleague and his wife. A cop is dead, and from what I've heard, we could have had another. You holding up all right?
Yes, sir. Though if I had been home, I would have taken at least a couple of those bastards with me.
That's the spirit, kid. If someone wants to come after Margrave's finest, they better be ready for a fight. Now, I want you focused on these boys up on the board. Some of the more violent perps Morrison helped incarcerate. Aggravated battery, domestic assault, armed robbery, bad men.
Copy that. I'm in the process of running down stolen car reports for the whole county. Figure if an ex-con was going to go to a cop's house, he would have rescued us in his own ride.
Well, that's good thinking. You keep me posted.
You were with Finley this morning?
I was?
And, someone came after you?
Appears that way. Could be related to Morrison, could be teamed with a fucked up sense of humor.
Yeah. My cousin Charlie's not picking up the phone. Paul either, the whole family's disappeared. Just wondering if you know something I don't.
No. Do you?
No. Just trying to figure out what the hell's going on around here.
Yeah, me too. Not having any luck, so it's gonna focus on the ex-cons like Teal said.
You really think that's the way to go on it?
Good a road as any. Teal's boss now.
What about Finley? You might know something you and Sharon?
I doubt it. Everybody in Margrave still treats him like the new guy.
Whole town's wound tighter than jungle gym screws. I don't know what to tell my wife. This preacher guy's running all over everybody.
Stevenson, a moment.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Spivey.
Tanner Spivey. Mr. Spivey?
Call the police!
You picked the wrong town to rob in. Wait!
Those bruises look pretty fresh. You still feeling them?
A bit. The accident was just a few days ago.
Well, truth be told, Mr. Doyle. I'm sorry, what was your first name again?
Brian.
Truth be told, Brian, we don't normally handle auto claims here. We usually leave that to the bus bench crowd. But the Home Depot's got deep pockets, and I intend to get my hands all the way in them, get you the recovery you deserve. So, let's start at the beginning. What was the date that delivery truck hit you?
There was no truck. I made up a story so you'd see me. Now give me your file on Pete Jobling.
Excuse me?
A client you represented for a traffic violation and disorderly conduct charge. His file. Get it.
I don't know what game you're playing at here. Get out of my office.
No.
Excuse me? Who the hell do you think you are?
A pissed off drifter with nothing to lose.
What do you want to get arrested for trespassing?
Pull up Jobling's file now.
I will ruin your life with one phone call.
I'll end your life with one phone. Pull up Jobling's file. Print it. Staple. Move further. Thank you. Oh, don't bother trying to find out my real name. Cause any problems you wish I finished strangling you.
Listen, man, you should have told us you were a cop. Ought to do it with a boot in your mouth. And it shouldn't make a difference.
Jesus. Which one of you assholes did this?
Thought he was a burglar.
How many burglars you know wear suits?
Didn't look like he lived there.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Hey, gotta go. We have bigger fights. You know, cursing's a sign of a weak mind and a weaker character. I appreciate you having my back.
Of course.
You have a reacher?
I'm meeting with Joe Lane. Said he found something.
Good. But so did I.
cops or civilians?
Southern Hospitality.
I go with the law firm.
Got everything I needed.
How?
Just use the phone.
Choose fried chicken thighs, fried okra, ribs, collard greens, pole greens, rice with giblet gravy, cottage cheese and peaches. Butternut chicken sandwich with coleslaw. And for you, spinach salad, dressing on the side.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I was embarrassed ordering that.
How do you eat like that and still look like you do?
Like this.
So Roscoe said you found something.
Our dead trucker's employer, Southgrade Shipping, they were contracted to Kleiner Industries. When our trucker got into legal trouble, Kleiner paid his legal fees.
That makes what I came across even more interesting.
What's that?
I searched Spivey's house. Looks like he left town, but his landline showed multiple calls to Kleiner Industries.
So roads are leading to Kleiner.
The patron saint of Margrave. You really think that he could be counterfeiting?
Who knows? Certainly has the financial resources to pull off something of this scale.
Maybe he has those resources because he's counterfeiting.
So how does Hubble's bank fit into all this?
I'm not sure. But I'm gonna break into Kleiner's tonight and see if I can find something that connects them.
You can't just sit there and say you're gonna violate the Fourth Amendment while you eat okra.
Yes, I can. Want to see me do it again? I don't know what we'll find or not find. Things maybe lead to Kleiner. We're flying blind here, so somebody's got to kick the hornet's nest.
You jeopardize this investigation if you get evidence that's inadmissible because it was unlawfully obtained.
You get that busted nose filling out a warrant to search Spivey's house?
A man who may have information regarding the murder had disappeared. He didn't return my call, so I went to his house. No answer there, despite it being mid-afternoon and he not reporting to work that day. I had a reason to believe that Spivey could be in danger. Exigent circumstances are exceptions to the warrant requirement.
Exigent circumstances? That's bullshit.
Maybe, but it's legal.
Okay, fine. I won't break into Kleiner's office. I'll walk in and talk to him. Now, I'm coming.
Ain't that powerful? Someone's got to keep a cool head.
Okay, I think I know what's going on here, but if you two can't play nice, I'm gonna do what Meemaw used to and make you sit on the ground and hold hands. Okay. Eat it or clean it up. Jolene's not your mama. I gotta go keep tracking down those rental cars. Bye.
I'm taking those ribs to go. You hungry?
Rachel, what are you doing?
Owner's been leaving him out. Not giving him water. What the hell's going on here?
It's your dog, sir.
Yeah, it was my uncle's. He died a few weeks ago. I didn't want the mutt, but now I got it. It? What's his name? It's a barn dog, got no name. Now, I told you the other day to stay the hell out of my yard.
Negligent care of an animal is a misdemeanor in Margrave. $500 fine up to 10 days in jail.
Everything going on in this town and you're worried about a dog. This how they police stuff in Boston?
Don't make me come back and cite you, sir. Rachel, come on.
अरे बल्लू भाई भाई सुना है अमित नोटों में खेल रहा है आजकल नई गाड़ी में गॉगल्स लगा के घूमता है भाई अपना
हाँ पता है अरे वो क्या मैं भी नोट कमा रहा हूँ तू भी कमा पैरी मैच के बारे में नहीं सुना क्या
पैरी मैच
हाँ PariMatch.com पर जा अपने मनपसंद कैसीनो गेम्स खेल और खूब पैसे कमा
तो आज ही PariMatch.com पर रजिस्टर करो खेलो एक से एक जबरदस्त कैसीनो गेम्स जैसे अंदर बाहर 3 पत्ती ब्लैक जैक एंड रूले और जीतो ह्यूज कैश प्राइजेस अभी साइन अप करने पर मिलेगा फ्री बोनस PariMatch.com
Not a single security camera.
Maybe Kleiner doesn't want a record of what's going on here.
Captain Finley, over here. Right this way. Mr. Kleiner is expecting you.
There's a hell of a lot of animal feed back there.
Oh, it's the South. They all got cows. I'll do the talking.
here, gentlemen.
I'm not sure I can help you. I wish I could, but all I know about these killings is the gossip from the diner, which we both know is far from reliable.
Tanner Spivey has himself disappeared. Called your company multiple times in the last 3 days. Pete Jobling, also deceased, is a former truck driver for Kleiner Industries.
For a company we contracted with.
Be that as it may, you paid his legal fees for a minor traffic violation that escalated into disorderly conduct. We're just looking for some clarification as to your relationship with these men, if you wouldn't mind.
No. Regarding Mr. Jobling, I ship product all over the country. Truck drivers drive too fast.
Get ready for some DC football moves.
Buddy, I'm loading guns. Maybe they're just making plans to grab a beer after work.
Perhaps. Or perhaps he was calling for another reason.
I know you're only doing your job, and I know you're just trying to get answers about your brother's death. But if I may speak frankly, after all I've done for this town, after all I've invested into it, I'm a little insulted to be under suspicion. More than a little.
My intention was never to insult you, Mr. Kleiner.
That's okay. I know you've been under a lot of stress with all that's been happening.
My intention is to conduct my investigation in any manner I see fit. And right now that means finding out what you may or may not know.
I know you've had some trouble settling in here, Captain. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because you're a northerner. Or maybe it's your fancy education. Maybe it's another reason. Anyway, you haven't exactly ingratiated yourself to the good folks of Margrave. I mean, the people of this town, the other members of the police department, they want to help you. They want to work with you. They told me so themselves. We all want justice to be done. But not if you're chasing down theories without any basis of fact. So for any advice? This evidence trail you're following? It's a waste of time for you and for me. Leave it.
Horatio Finley.
Excuse me?
My father's name. Horatio Finley. You might think you're everybody's daddy in this town, but you're not mine. You don't tell me what leads to chase and how to chase them. So if I may give you some friendly advice, if you keep talking to the cops on my force, hinder this investigation in any way, I will put my fucking foot up your fucking ass until your heart fucking stops.
सही हो गया मैं क्या बिच कितनी बारी देखा बंद हुई है आहो सही हो अच्छा भाई अदील छोड़ तो पहले एक काम करियो यार चार्जर ते केबल फड़ लै ओदे कोल ते रख लै यार अपने कोल हैं लाजमी कर यार नहीं तो बॉस मेरा ही मुंह वेखदा रहिंदा नहीं बेसिकली वाली गल है यार वो घर दा ही कह रहे नहीं ना गया ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਕਾਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਉਹਨੇ ਵੀ ਘਰ ਦਾ ਹੀ ਕਹਿਤਾ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਲੀਪੋ ਨੂੰ ਬਤਾ ਦੇਈ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਠੀਕ ਆ ਓਏ ਉਹ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਉਹਨੇ ਉਹ ਘਰ ਦਾ ਹੀ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੀ ਘਰ ਦਾ ਹੁਣ ਜਦੋਂ ਦੁਕਾਨ ਦਾ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਉਹ ਘਰ ਦਾ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਅੱਗੋਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੀ ਫੜ ਲੈ ਬਾਅਦ ਚ ਤੇਰੀ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਬੰਦ ਹੋ ਜਾਣੀਆਂ ਟਾਈਮ ਠੀਕ ਹੋ ਧੰਨ